lot bigger. And they can also, they have got all the experience. They can make cars for the rest of the world. Right? And they use the Thai workers. And why can't they use the local workers? Because reasonable. So, 930. So just now I said, and I want you to be proud, and I want the Thai to realize, you know, we are very much, and we know insult to either side. I think from my 11 years experience teaching, when I came back from a retired businessman, and I think we are still very much kata dalam tempurung. You know, we don't know what is outside. My student wouldn't know. Neither, and I think you are way too busy, and not because they don't know, they're too busy. The mind is all mindset is only local. Right? They only look at the local market. So the Thai is, sorry, the Indonesian is 930. I want the Indonesian to be proud, and I want the Thai to realize, can you have my next slide please now? This is Thailand. Thailand is not even half your economy. It's not even half your economy. But, remember what I said about 3733, yours was 690. That's trade per capita. This is still not trade per GDP. This is trade per capita. They know how to do business with other people, they know how to business. It's nothing to do with GDP, that number is just trade. How much you do trade? Trade per capita, they are selling, they are doing business. And the 64% versus your 20% earlier is percentage of their trade versus their GDP. The gross domestic product when they are. So if your number can grow these numbers, you will be a lot more bigger. But right now you already have a very big economy. But per capita, you have many people in your country, 260 million. And then you find these numbers are will be dwarfed. But the encouraging thing is that your whole entire economy is 406 billion. But Indonesia is already 960. A little while ago was double. A little while ago could be just a few months. When I was monitoring these numbers, the Indonesian numbers was just 800. And the Thai number was 400. Nothing has changed, 406. Your 800 within a few months has become 900. 960, I can't remember the number. What was the number? 930. You made from 100 billion. It's a lot. Now, at this point, my students, those who have followed my classes, will be able to call this. I'm a Singaporean. How many of you think my country's economy is bigger than the Thai? Hands up. Singapore's economy is much bigger. Hands up. Singapore's economy is much bigger than Thailand. Thank you for your trust in me, but you are wrong. And I have the next slide. The Singapore economy is only 296 versus 406. Versus your 900. Singapore is nothing. This is Singapore, by the way. These numbers are Singapore. But you look at trade per person. Trade per person. 91,498 versus your 690. 91,000 per capita doing business, trading. And you will laugh at my number. You say, cannot be, only 100%. How can you have 68%? That is, of course, the third figure is the same. I line it up as in the percentage of the GDP. 168%. Big number. So maybe from this visit you go back, you look at Singapore and say, this small economy. Right? And maybe you look at even the Thai, you say, oh, we are bigger than you. But I have some Indian students here, but don't laugh at the Indians. I don't have Indian figures here, but the Indians are 1,300. Yours is 900. So there's still room for the Indians for you to catch up with the Indians. Okay, 1,000, I don't have the figure either. And that's the reason why we need to work with the Chinese. The Chinese is more than 11,000. 11,000. Yours is not even 1,000. They are now 11,000 as their GDP. Thank you. Yeah, check. 1.3, so they have grown a lot. Maybe I got confused. The latest from the same WTO source. It's important for you to compare. Andrea is very up with his figures. He's always checking on my numbers whether I'm right. But he says India is 2,300, right? 2,200. But of course, their population is amazing, right? Now it's 1.1 billion people, 1,000 over million people. You have 260 a lot, but they have 1,200 million people. So they have lots of poor Indians in their country, but then of course their pie is big. It's 2,000. So I think management students, business students, economic students should have a perspective of the size of the economy. The size of the economy.
I don't understand what you mean.
168%, that is percentage of the GDP. Their GDP is small, but they make more than, they do trading, more than GDP. But actually, to be honest, I know my country, a lot of those are not our business. We transship. People will send to Singapore and send it out, and then it's considered as ours. You know, Singapore is a shipping center. So you just send to us and then you ship out. You ship out, there's my export. That is considered as Singapore's export. You just said a lot of people will just send things to Singapore and then send it out. So they have a lot of things shipping out, 168%. Those numbers, please confirm it, but I checked it this morning to update. Those are the latest on the WTO website. Any other before I move on? No, I have these papers. I just want to move on for your discussion. I've been running around the world, 62 countries. I last counted on my passport that stand for business. And I was a businessman for 30 over years. I worked for one Canadian company, I worked for followed that another 2 American companies, and I worked for, the last company was my own. I have 4 companies that I run around with. Because Singapore is so small, I could only run outside of Singapore. So I ran around for 30 years. When I was a businessman, I have to say this. Today, doing business is a lot easier. Very, very easy. I wish I was doing business like you guys. Now, I remember I had to go out. I travel a lot. I have to travel outside. And then I have to find customer. And then I usually go out and then come back. My target was I go out and bring some, I go out one time. I can only go out roughly about 6 times in a year. 6 times. And each time I bring back 200,000 US. I was just a small when I was doing my own business. I will bring back 200,000 worth of order. I go outside of Singapore to look back the order, and then we come back and process in Singapore. 200,000 each time, the orders. I run out and I have to go and visit many things and then come home and rest and then go out again. So I run out for 6 times. Each time I have to go look for customers. Even if I have product, I have to run out. And then I became smarter. I became smarter. Then the trend was like that. So half the time, the first half of the time, I ran around looking for customers. I ran outside my home country to go and look for customers. I hardly was at home. So, no, not yet. Not yet before that. So, and the second time was, I think I went to Jakarta quite a few times. It was a new idea, and maybe now the new idea is very common. I used to go look for customer, and then I realized that during the next period, customer come and look for me. How nice, and that was very nice. And so in May I go to Milan. In October I go to Paris. October is in May is Milan. October and November I'm always in Hong Kong. September I was in Paris. I remember. October I'm in Tokyo, and then November I'm in Hong Kong, and then after that I have to stay home. I still go out 6 times, but when I go out, I just stand in front of a booth, a trade exhibition booth. When I just sit there and I put a sign there, customer, wholesalers wanted, they come. And then I have stacks of name card, and I go back. The remaining of the half year, I just start communicating, following up. So instead of me going to Dubai, going to, in all different weird countries to look for customers, I now sit in one major exhibition and these people come and look for me. So, and that period was good. I think I ran half the time just going for trade exhibition. Instead of running out, knocking on doors, would you like this? And look at my product, I now sit in a trade exhibition hall. As I said, May in Milan, September in Paris, October in Tokyo, November in Hong Kong, and then I stay at home. The rest of the time following up, right to met. These people I personally met, who are interested in my product, were interested in working with me, and they remember I got their name card and they're happy I contacted them. Just a bunch of bucks, sit at home and work, instead of just going out, knocking on doors. So. But now, when I say doing business is lots more easier today, because you guys have requested in your email you want to do something about digital. I gave a lot of thoughts to the word digital. And I just want you to realize that digital, in my mind, is just simply with computer, because computer changed everything into 01100001 computer, digital. So, but then it took one era, another level up, is computer plus the internet. So, the digital era, next, can I have the next slide? It's really big. Digital era is doing business with the computer at the same time on the internet. And I challenge all my students, and I'm challenging you guys. If you have a business, some of you may end up graduated, may become a consultant to business, and if they are not working towards the digital era, if they do not have anything digital, and I can tell you, you'll be surprised, the majority of the businesses in this world, in this part of the world, are not digital. They don't have computer. When I say you have digital, you have internet, what I really meant is you must minimally have a website, you must minimally have emails that you can contact with suppliers, you must minimally have something that you can contact customers on the email. You'll be surprised. Many. Majority, when I say majority in this case, they say perhaps even the 80-90% do not have what I just said. They are not in the digital era. But I want to put this challenge. If you do not have a digital era, within 5 years, you will die. Because we are now moving into that phase now. I don't have that figure, but I have. You can go and look it up. That digital era growth, especially in e-commerce, is almost 300%. You can take it as an industry. An industry could be a steel industry, could be in retail industry. Nowadays, if you have a double-digit growth, 10%, you are terrible. Very excited. Growth of 10%, or maybe 11, 12%. The e-commerce area, I'm talking about doing business online, buying and selling online, is 297%. I last checked, maybe a few weeks ago. 297% year on year. 2016 versus 2017. And ordinarily, if you can get 10% growth, we are very excited. Today, China, as a country which we all look up to, is 6-7% growth. 6 to 7% growth. Europe is about 1 to 2%. They are worried. I have a French student here. What is your latest growth in France? 2%. Less than 2%. So the US is very proud. We are recovering 2 to 3%. US, 2 to 3%. 2 to 3% growth. As a country, Thailand is 3 to 4%. China is 6 to 7% growth. You can confirm. They just confirmed that they are close to 7. The latest figure, please check, is 6 to 7% growth year on year. They are growing very, very vibrantly, very, very excitingly in China. I have not checked on Indonesia, but you have to check your 2016 figure, 2017 figure and compare the GDP growth. I'm talking only about GDP growth. GDP growth of the US is 2 to 3%. Germany, Europe, 1 to 2%. Thailand, 3 to 4% maximum. China 6 to 7%. I think India is bigger than China, about 7 to 8%. Huh? India 7 to 1%. So that's the fast growing area. You may want to check your country. How fast is the Indonesian growth? GDP? Ask Google. So, I think.
5%.
Huh? Okay, you do very well. Better than Thailand. Thailand is about 3.54% Thailand. So you can go away, you learn something. Your growth last period is better than Thailand, which we understood. It's a big economy. You have 930 billion. Thailand is only. Anybody get their money? Thailand is only 406 billion, and their growth at the smaller base. 3-4%, yours is going on 5% based on 930 billion. A lot of growth. So you may want to monitor those growth. Huh? So that is digital era. My personal experience that I would like to share with you. So you either start your business or start doing your thing now, but it has to be digital. Go and get programs, go and get references, go and get teachers, instructors, mentors who can help you. How can I move from, it has changed from my time, very big change. It was traditional, now it's all digital, right? So once you need to, in your dialogue, you need to talk about how do we move. We are not wrong to ask and discuss on the digital era. But I want to see the next slide. Digital era is the era of speed. As a competitive age. You cannot wait, you see something, you act on it. Like last time, you can see something, you act on it, take your time, don't care. But if you do it now, your competitor will be jumping on it. So I think, all of you too, you see, you cannot wait. You saw something you want, you act on it now. Because that is who is going to be faster? The winner is the one. I saw how the business industry changed. And one time when I first entered the industry, it was quality. Oh, if you don't have quality, you lose. So the quality, a lot of people spend 10 years, 20 years to improve their quality. Okay, got it done. So now it's basic. If you don't have quality, don't come in and do business. You will lose everything. Right? And after that, it's simple website. But today, website alone is a problem because who will know where you are, who will know who you are. So all these stuff are big challenges and big issues. And then I have the next slide because I really want to finish. And I think from my personal experience, the digital era today you need to combine with building good relationship. You still need to go there. If you don't come here, we will not know you. And we will not have a relationship. And I emphasize on the word good relationship. In my mind, I think that my students don't seem to share my passion. You need to build very good relationship. Everything is built on relationship. Everything is built on trust. Everything is built on how much I know you. I have never